Hello everyone and welcome to another live racing episode, and in this one we've got some definite variable conditions. So it's a Grand Tour race at night with rain on, traffic is on, but catch up and slipstream are off, so I've left those off. But yeah, it's going to be tricky. I'm going to use my regular Massacro for this one because of the tricky conditions, and sort of just talk about my my thought process as I'm going through this race. It's not going to be easy, let's put it that way. And I can imagine that, you know, that first corner on Grand Tour, there's going to be crashes. Of that I have no doubt. Probably some rage moments maybe from hitting traffic and all that kind of stuff, but we'll see how it goes. There's a few people in here that were in the previous episode. I've just kind of, this is the next race after that one. But yeah, just something again to mix it up a little bit. Not any kind of different cars, but certainly some different conditions. And I don't race with traffic on very much at all, or in fact ever. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting one, this one, to say the least. I'm starting on pole position. I don't think I want to start on pole position. I'm going to let everyone go past me. I've still got the hood off. I need to fix that. Right, so 11th out of 12. There must be someone who isn't playing, but never mind. Oh, I can't wait to see all the commotion going on in this first corner. It's going to be absolutely horrific. Everybody's just... it's going to be so many crashes. Right, there's three. Is it three? No, two that I've passed. Yeah, everybody crashing. Yeah, there's another two or three. I'm sixth now. Traffic is making this a lot more difficult. The rain, it makes the visibility a lot worse. Oh, traffic. Wow, so many spins from the rain. This is definitely tricky. I think the main issue with this is it's the fact that it's not just the night that makes the visibility lower, it's the rain coupled with it. And the traffic, just, you know, you've got to try and avoid the traffic, which is even harder. Yeah, this is going to be a tricky one, but it's a long race, as we know. Grand Tour. Kind of on my own at the minute. I think dodging the traffic is going to be the most important. You're better off losing a couple of seconds dodging traffic than you are running into it and losing a lot of seconds, especially with the rain causing so many slides if you do hit the traffic. I've got a big group of people racing in front of me. Oh! Definitely better to be more cautious. Oh, I'm up into fourth, wow. Took a lot of people in that little section. I can't even make out who are players and what's traffic. I wish I had the map. I need to put that back on as soon as possible. Racing without a map definitely impairs your ability to know where people are. Alright, so comfortably in fourth at the moment, I think. But I want to make sure that I don't hit traffic. I'm getting a phone call as well. That's typical. Sorry, can't answer. I'll answer in a moment. I suppose that's the issue with these live commentaries. You never know what's going to happen. Even external factors might be an issue. Right, so got to be tricky. Got to be careful on this section because it is tricky, quite bumpy, off-road obviously, and the rain doesn't make it any easier. When you don't have the map, you realise how difficult it is to know where the checkpoints are if they're not well spaced out. Well, that was a pretty easy overtake, I guess. I guess that was just Massacro v Jester. So up into third. That's good so far. 3 minutes in. We must be about halfway through the race now, I think. I am 16 seconds behind second and first, so they're obviously battling at the front of the pack. A third might be the best we can get in this one, but you never know, with traffic on. Anything could happen, and in these conditions as well. But yeah, in these conditions, if you are doing races like this, you want to just play it safe as much as possible, really. you're going to lose a lot more time by hitting traffic and spinning out multiple times, as you saw me do at the start, compared to sort of if you just slow down a little bit so the traffic doesn't affect you. It's a difficult balancing act, but yeah, it's even tricky to just see where you're going in these conditions, to be honest. It's more about just getting through it, I think, rather than anything else. It is definitely tough. As I say, playing it safe is a little bit easier. That Jester's still right on my ass. He should have a bit more grip in these conditions, but I'll have the legs on the straights. But again, I just don't want to hit any traffic. Bit of a long, boring section, this bit. I mean, Grand Tour in general is pretty boring in normal conditions, but this definitely makes it more interesting. And there's my phone going off again. Obviously, someone wants me. I'm obviously very important these days. Yeah, it's a total joke. Well, I can't exactly answer my phone in the middle of a race like this. Whoever it is, I'll call them back. Distractions, distractions. If rain and traffic wasn't enough, have real life issues as well. Wow, this is getting really heavy rain now. I don't want to go too fast over those sections in case there's some traffic that I can't see. Just want to play it safe, nice and easy. Yeah, very tricky. Oh, very tricky indeed. The rain effects on this game though are absolutely incredible. Next gen is absolutely amazing. You know, looking at this, I like how sort of puddles form separately in different places. It's not just kind of a blanket wetness across the road. It's interesting. It's so detailed as well, you know. Is that another player in front? I think it is. It definitely is. Knocking over lampposts, of course. Oh wow, we've caught someone up. I was about 16 seconds behind whoever it was. Wonder if I can get them by the end. At this point I need to also look out for them causing any issues with traffic as well, or lampposts or things like that. This is so difficult. It's so hard. Conditions very, very tricky at this point. With the darkness and the rain's definitely a lot heavier. I didn't expect to catch up to someone, as I have done by the end of this race. I thought that would be it. Obviously I started at the back on purpose, just to make it a bit more interesting. I think it would require a mistake from him for me to be able to beat him by the end at this point. Well, the winner has finished. Just got to bring it home now, really. In a solid third place, after having issues at the start and then just settling down. And that's what you've got to do really in these races. I'm not going to finish too far behind in the end, after being 16 odd seconds behind halfway through the race. Not too bad, not too bad. Yeah, those conditions are very tricky. Has to be said. Oh, there's the guy who didn't even start. Yeah, very tricky conditions there. But the rain effects on this game are amazing. It just looks so realistic. Let's see how far behind we were by the end. A good 26 seconds, I think, by the end, behind. He really did sort of take it on his own. Only 2 seconds behind the guy who was second, so that's not too bad. The guy who won must just be a pro at racing with traffic on. Might just... he's not in the crew, so he might be a random legend. Good win from him though. He was far and away ahead. He probably got a huge lead at the start as well though. You know, I mean, if you start on the first maybe front 2 rows of Grand Tour, you're going to have a much easier time in that tricky tight section. Pulling over to the side like I did is not the best way to get a win, but it keeps things interesting, no doubt. And the classic douchebag celebration. Oh, he bet on himself as well. Oh well, I'm going to have to do another race with this guy and beat him on real terms. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that video, guys. Something a little bit different yet again from this series. Thanks a lot for watching, everyone, and I'll see you next time.